Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, how we doing? Hopefully y'all can hear me right. Okay. We got some new members. We got two new members, Dominique, and we got Susan. So welcome.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
So I want to welcome you guys to the membership. I just dropped some membership content. Also, be sure to hit me in my DMs in the Discord so I can open up the membership side of the Discord for you as well. For my Discord members, we will get back to the movie thing. I haven't forgotten about it, but we just need to find a workable time for everybody. That's really the only thing that I want to straighten out, because I want everybody to be able to get the perk, get the benefit, get the community of it. So anyway, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about B. Simone. Now, B. Simone is going viral a little bit. She do it every couple of years or so. And what I want to focus on is whether or not everything is content. And I also want to focus on transparency. How much transparency is too much over the internet? And how much authenticity you gotta have? And is authenticity and transparency the same thing? Now, before we actually get into what the internet is saying about B. Simone, because it's actually a couple of things, it's not just one thing. Everything is not content. Okay. Here's my personal take and how I personally approach being a content creator. I have always shown up on this platform authentically. What you see, or rather the ideas that I put forward here, I believe them. I stand behind them. Right? That's authentic for me. I'm not saying anything that I completely don't believe or that's not aligned to me. There's also a certain level of transparency that I have. There's a certain level of transparency that I have. I'll tell you guys about certain things. Maybe some personal things or some anecdotes or some analogies or something like that. But everything is not content. And you pretty much got to draw the line on the boundary of what is private and what is for the public consumption. Because everything is not for public consumption. Because there are parts of my private life that are private that I'm not going to bring here. Not going to bring it here. Because it don't belong here. Because when you bring stuff into the public eye and to the public attention, then you give the public the right to comment on it, to have an opinion on it, to it becomes fair game. It becomes fair game. And the internet is not nice. The internet is not a kind place. It's not a forgiving place. It's not a graceful place. The internet will drag you. Okay. And so, even in the context of authenticity, even though everything I say here I align with, you all do not even get the full scope of my personality. I don't bring it here. Y'all get little bits and pieces. Sometimes I get goofy and roast. Sometimes I get real serious. Sometimes I get but you've never seen each and every aspect of my personality in full plain view. Because there is also a sense of professionalism, right? There is a concept of being on brand. And as a content creator, I'm of the full belief that you can come here and be authentic without telling all your business and without exposing all of your privacy and because there are other people in your life. Right? So you can be true to yourself and you can be real with your audience. But you can also keep the private parts of you private. And I don't count that as being phony or anything like that, because there's also a time and place. There's a time and place. If I was working a 9 to 5, they wouldn't get my full personality either. But they wouldn't get a phony version of me either. They'd get me. But they'd only get the part of me that show up for work. Okay. So as a content creator, that same mindset. I show up for work. It's fun work. I like this work, but this is work. I'm at work. I'm in the public viewpoint. I realize that the stuff that I say publicly is fair game for criticism. Some people are going to be fair in a critique. Some people will not. Some people will nail it. Some people will have a completely different viewpoint. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. But my point in saying all of this is that it's quick to backfire on the internet when you call yourself being too vulnerable and too authentic, too not authentic, too transparent. Too transparent. I don't know. What's unlikable about B. Simone? She not relatable. She not a relatable person. I don't find her to be a relatable person. She say a lot of off-brand stuff. And it's like, what? What are you talking about, baby? What you talking about, beloved? So recently, she's going viral for a couple of things. One, for her financial situation, because this is an example of her lack of relatability. She gets to cry, teary-eyed, mind you, talking on the couch with her friend, that Her finances is suffering because they were shopping around in Bloomingdale's and she realized all she had was H&M money. Now, the reason why that's tone deaf and unrelatable is because most Black women, which is her audience, probably don't shop at H&M or Bloomingdale's. Because you really shouldn't be in Bloomingdale's without money. Okay? That's like going to Macy's. That's like going to the upper echelon stores. Remember Marshall Fields back in the day? That's like going to a Neiman Marcus. You know, some stores you don't go into. You know you ain't got that kind of money. I don't even want to know why you're over there. There are a lot of in between. Just because you can't go to Neiman Marcus don't mean you got to automatically go to Walmart if Walmart not your speed. But it's certain stores you know you're not supposed to go right into Saks Fifth Avenue, into Neiman Marcus, into Bloomingdale's, into, you know you ain't supposed to go over there. H&M is a mid-range store. They actually got some cute pieces. I used to kind of be in H&M sometime. H&M got some cute pieces. It depends on how you styling stuff, because H&M is not a urban store, quote unquote. It's not a Black store. It's catered to white women. Let's just be honest. And it's out of touch. I'm going to stop talking about it. And I'm just going to show it to you. Now, the first part that I want to show you is this here.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
So
he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn, Simone.
Just my finances. Like the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
Yeah. He can't have a 9 to 5.
Sitting there doing her best Gina interpretation. No shade to Gina. I don't have the liquid. I don't even want to go into whether or not she got the finances or not. I don't care. I don't care. I know that sounds insensitive, but I don't really care. Okay. This is the woman who made money writing a book about manifestation. This is a woman who made money, and no shade. She wrote a book, people bought it. But the book was about manifestation. And how you supposed to manifest good into your life, money into your life, a man into your life. Whatever it is that you're trying to get into your life, you're supposed to be able to manifest it and all of this other stuff. What happened to the manifestation? Because we still ain't manifested no man. And we ain't manifesting his money either. Miss, I can't get a man. I don't want a man that's clocking a 9 to 5. He has to have an entrepreneurial mindset so he could understand me and how I move. It's not about the money that he have, but it's about understand what? Now, the bottom line is that winter is here for her. Because when you get into touching the currency, the stream of money, and being able to accumulate money, the current cannot stop with you. People who make money and can continue to make money are people who both receive and give. Current stops when it reaches poverty, because the impoverished people can't give, they can only receive. They are in survival mode, and they don't see no way for them to give what in their mind they don't have to give. Everything that comes to them has to stay with them because they need it, and they are in scarcity, and they are in survival. So it's like, I'm penny pinching it now. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that's how the current go. Money only circulate where money is being made. When it's not being made, it's not circulating, i.e. the Black community. Money don't circulate. The current stops within the Black community. Hence, for the most part, we're poor. A lot of our neighborhoods and hoods and stuff is impoverished. It's poor. The money don't circulate. I'm not going to get into a wealth speech. But money has to circulate around in order to maintain it. You have to be a giver as well as a taker. One moment. Sorry about that. So like I said, I'm not going to get into a money thing. My point in saying all of it is that she's starting to lose it. She's seeing it go without understanding how to maintain it. Right? And that could be for many reasons. That can be for a lot of reasons. Right? The economy is one. Inflation is another thing. It could be for a lot of reasons. Not always something bad or something on your end, but it can be lost. Income go up and down. Side note. Income go up and down. So this is why I don't understand how chicks always be putting emphasis on the dollar amount that a man gotta make, as if he must always make that amount all the time. She made a big point, because the clip that I showed you is not the only clip where she mentioned she doesn't want a man that makes 9 to 5. Putting too much emphasis on the dollar amount / lifestyle and all of those sorts of things that a man has to have. And if he doesn't maintain that, and if he doesn't keep that, and if he doesn't have that or whatever, these chicks is quick to call him broke, dusty. You know, he don't have it. He lost it. What do they call women when the women lose their income? Or they start to lose their income? Or the income get less and less and less? Do we call them broke and dusty? This is why money should not be the focal point of whether or not your relationship is healthy and whether or not it's long lasting and whether or not you can make it work. Because that go up and sometimes it go down. No matter if you are even consistently within the current, you always gonna go up and down. Now your up and down might be different than somebody else's up and down, but you still gonna go up and down. I give you an example. Elon Musk is one of the richest people in the whole world. His money go up and down. He was losing a lot of money. Tesla was losing a lot of money when people did not like how he was doing that Doji and how he was interacting within the government and interacting with Trump and all that kind of stuff. He lost a lot of money. Tesla lost a lot of money. Now, his up and down is different from everybody else up and down. You understand what I'm saying? His down is still mega rich. But my point is that it go up and down no matter what level you at. Okay? So it's not always constant. There are many men who were wealthy, lost it, either some or all, and had to go back and rebuild it and things of that nature, because it's not always a continuous, it's not always like this all the time, steady. It go up, it go down. Sometimes it go down real bad. Sometimes it go up real high. You never know. You just got to keep trying to move forward in the current. So making all this emphasis on this man got to have this and that to keep the relationship going or what have you. That doesn't make any sense. Because her money ain't steady. She's sitting up here trying to cry about it. Her money ain't steady. It's missing. Something's missing. Because she's seeing it in real time. Wait a minute. I can't afford some of the things that I have been able to afford before, or now I got to think about it. We've all been there to some degree. You get a lot, it go down, it go up, it go down. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but these women will leave a man for that very thing. If they get him and he had a certain amount of money, they thought they was going to be able to live like that continuously. If something happens in life and that money go down, or it go down to a substantial level where she may have to start making sacrifices now because the money is not where it was before a year or two ago, or whatever the case may be, women, a lot of chicks lead a man for that. Oh, he ain't got it. He not providing for me. It start becoming a problem in the relationship because they don't have they're not as comfortable as they were before. So now the relationship has to suffer because the money got low. Another thing. I'm going to let you look at this part.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now. Being a best friend with a celebrity.
People were like, what? The reason why people was kind of dragging B. Simone for this is for the video I'm going to show you next, her response to all of that. The woman that she's talking to is basically saying, just because my friend has it doesn't mean I have it. What's in my friend pocket, not in my pocket. And just because my friend has it, they are not obligated to make me have it. So I got broke. I went down. I had to go through the financial woes, but I'm an adult. And I'm not going to make it my friend's responsibility to make you give it to me. This is my life. So I have to do it. She don't. Y'all not getting what she's saying. She's not saying she's entitled. She's saying the exact opposite. She's saying I'm not entitled. Just because my friend has money, I'm not entitled to my friend's money. So I had to go through getting a repossession, going, you know what I'm saying? It hit a low point. So I had to do all the low point stuff just to make it by. And I saw you help other people. I know you have it in your pocket. I know you have it. You could have helped me, but I'm an adult. You're not supposed to do that. Right. Exactly. The handout is not the responsibility. It's not your responsibility to do all of that. This is my story. And there were people on the internet that was like, well, did she ask? That's her whole point. That was her whole point. You gotta go through these your problems, not everybody else's problems. And that would have went for a friend, a family member. We were broke and not having no food. I have millionaire family members that knew our situation. Do you understand that? Growing up, we would not have food at all. I had millionaire family members who knew that for a fact and would not give any money. It wasn't their responsibility to do it. Would it have been nice? Yeah. But they wasn't responsible for that. That was my parents' responsibility to make sure we had food and stuff, not theirs. Exactly. She's saying she learned the lesson of not thinking she should depend on friends for help. It made her stronger and gave her a reality of life she had to go through. She got through it. this is what other people are dragging her for too. This response.
Recently, I have this opportunity and I called you and I told you about it. And you were just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you called me back.
I called her right back, y'all. I was so convicted. I was so convicted.
You were like, I didn't like how I felt when you told me that. And I was like, what do you mean? You were like, I don't know what it is. I'm talking this out in real time. But whatever it is, I don't like what I felt. And I said, did you feel jealous? And you were like, I don't think I feel jealous.
Because we went through all the emotions. She's like, are you angry? Are you sad? Are you jealous? I was like, I'm not jealous because I don't want what you have. I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm upset that I'm not doing it with me.
Yeah.
Like, we're not working together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. Y'all, let me tell you something. Anybody that's in my circle, I want to work with you. I want to put you on. I'm putting you in position. I like doing it together.
You do.
How
recently I have this opportunity
to do this together? How can we make money together? How can we build together? How can we grow together? How can we all pitch in together? How can we be millionaires? I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life where I had that and it was crumbled. So I feel like since that has ended, that season, I've always yearned for it again. But it's just been a season of solitude for 2 damn years.
Maybe the longest season ever.
The longest season ever.
Yeah.
And I think, I know that's what it was. But I was so convicted. I called you right back. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like, your friend, she just told me she was doing something so bomb.
Yeah.
So great. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
This has to get out of my heart.
For sure.
Like, what?
But if we just did that, nobody's looking for the perfect friend.
Man.
I just want my friends to be aware.
And honest.
I'm okay if you feel a little jealous.
Address it and fix it. Do this together. How can we make
That's why the internet was like, what? So the same friend that was going through it and then was like, you know what? I'm not entitled to her pocket. I'm not even going to feel no type of way. I got to go through my own trial and tribulations. These my problems. I'm a grown woman and I'm not nobody is beholden to me to give me nothing. So then when your friend call you back at a point where she's not at that low point and she's telling you how something came along that's getting her back on her feet, she just sharing it with you. That's why I don't like the sisterhood. My circle this big for that reason, among a couple of others. Because when I tell you what's going on with me bad, girl, you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got no help and you ain't got no good advice. Okay. I'm not even about to feel no way. And then when I come to you to say, I got an opportunity that's helping me get back on my feet, you know, I'm not going to be in this desperate situation financially that I've been in. Now you feel away to the point where you had to call me back and now I got to walk you through your envious feelings because the opportunity that I received didn't come through you. So you couldn't take credit for, well, I helped my friend, you know, I had to help her out, you know, all of that. So you couldn't pat yourself on the back, break your arm trying to pat yourself on the back for me. Now I got to walk you through your feelings about my you know what I'm saying, comeuppance. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's the part that got me. More than the crying about Bloomingdale's and not having a 9-to-5 man. I don't like that fake sisterhood. And this is not the first time that B. Simone has been accused of being a fake friend by other women who have been in her friend circle. How dare you? We good as long as you above me. We good as long as I don't win more than you win. These are the kind of people you got to cut out your life. We're going to talk about that. But after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. This is the body butter that you need in order to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you guys are bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much, Twisted Gamers. That life taught me you're going to feel every dollar you spend at some point. You definitely are. Thank you, Baby Funk. Said we'll be looking for a bus driver now. Right. Thank you. Produced by SEMA. So Crimson, you've been keeping me company and pleasantly entertained for the past 5 years throughout various jobs. It's not much, but here's your share. It is more than enough. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you very much. And thank you, Trap Girl Trixie. So your eloquence has given me confidence. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Here's the thing. Here's the lesson that we need, that everybody need to hear, not just the women. Sometimes you don't get what you supposed to get in your life. And the reason why you can't make it no further than, even though you can see the potential in yourself, you can, sometimes Allah won't give you what he want to give you until certain people are gone or exposed to you. They got to go. All that trying to keep it real, trying to keep your friends around, that's for the birds. And I don't mean turn your back on people that's not turning their back or be disloyal to people just off GP. What I'm saying is, first of all, when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. Secondly, there are people in your life that don't mean you no harm. They don't mean no harm. They're not trying to be malicious. It's just that they can't come with you. They can't come with you. It be the mindset that can't come. As you go through different seasons in your life and try to improve yourself, try to improve your position, not only financially, but in your mindset, your health, your spiritual setup, your family setup, whatever it is that you're trying to do to better yourself, to move forward in life. There are people that are not there for malicious intent, but they cannot come with you. And as you evolve, it is revealed that they can't. And sometimes you're going to be like, I knew something was up. And sometimes that revelation going to hurt you. Because sometimes it be people you never would have guessed could come with you. Sometimes it's people that you never would have guessed. Sometimes it's people that that you would have swore would have went in the trenches with you no matter what's going on. And sometimes they be the one that can't come. They can't come. And no matter how much you reach back and try to get them, because you want them to come with you. You want them to come with you because y'all done been through stuff together. Y'all done been, you know what I'm saying? And you're seeing this person as loyal. And they may have been. But they can't come. And sometimes that's going to hurt you to your heart. That's going to hurt your heart. It's going to hurt your heart. That's when we start talking about growing apart. You don't have a falling out with these people. You don't argue and fight with these people. It's a slow, it's a drift. Where you was thick as thieves at one point. It's like, you know, I don't call you as much because your mind is changing. Your heart changes. And theirs isn't. You don't hate them. Matter of fact, you love them. You don't hate them. As a matter of fact, you love them. But they can't come. And you start to understand, oh, wait. And sometimes we hold ourselves back for that reason. Because there are people we don't want to leave. But as long as we cling to them, we can't move forward. And we won't receive what it is that we asking Allah to give us. The door remains shut because you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You either moving forward or you stand still. And the thing about it is, a lot of times people hold on to it because those of us who are moving forward, you know what we have? Survivor's guilt. We get survivor's guilt. We start feeling guilty. You start questioning yourself, man, am I being disloyal? Am I not sticking by the person? Or, you know what I'm saying? Am I coming off like I think I'm too good? Or whatever the case may be? Because you don't want to do that. It's some people that's in your life that's only cool with you when you're struggling. That's only cool when you're not evolving and when you're not elevating. They cool with you. The minute they see that improvement, they be done with you. I have lost friends for doing nothing more than trying to shrink my back. I'm sitting here a big back. Had a friend that she was a big back as well. I got tired of my back being big. So I said, I'm going to start losing some of this big back stuff. This can't keep going on. It was all right for a minute until that weight loss got real evident. It got real clear. Oh, she ain't playing. Hadn't seen me in a while. Came back around. And I wasn't even like small, but I was considerably smaller than where I started. Energy change. Energy switch up. And you be trying to figure out, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm tweaking. I might be tweaking. I'm tweaking. Because ain't no way the energy change. I ain't did nothing. All I'm trying to do is shrink my back. What? I ain't saying nothing like to you. Oh. Or you don't like that. Because unbigging your back come with a lot of other stuff. You're not just shedding pounds. You're shedding a lot of other mindsets that put you in that weight class to begin with, that big your back, because you big your back for a reason. So as you unbig your back, a lot of them different mindsets start changing too. How you move, how you look at things. Because I'm trying to change. It's not okay. Sitting there eating Big Deborah's all day is no longer okay. That was okay a year ago. It's not okay today. When you start seeing life a little differently, maturing, growing up, you got some people in your life, they don't want to grow up. They are Toys R Us kids. They are Toys R Us kids. They don't want to grow up. And they see you growing up. You trying to do something else. I don't want to be stuck wherever I'm stuck at, stuck in the hood, stuck in a mindset, stuck broke, stuck whatever, or wherever you stuck at. And you trying to say, you know what? I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck. And sometimes them people be like, oh, wait a minute. You trying to get out of the rut? You trying to get out of the rut that we all in? Then they start trying to hit you with, you acting funny. I'm not trying to act funny. I'm just trying to change. Be aware and cognizant of the closest 5 to 10 people in your life and see what their life is like. You're like them, whether you want to face it or not. Because y'all are in such close contact for a reason. Birds of a feather flock together, whether that's good or bad. So if all your friends broke, guess what? If all your friends unhealthy, if all your friends lazy, if all your friends are feminists, you're going to pick it up. You're going to pick that up. No matter if you could know that it's not good for you, you still going to pick it up. You're going to pick that up. You ain't going to be the one to drag them out of that ditch. You're not going to be the one. You're not going to be the one to make it. Do you understand that? Not as long as you've hitched your wagon to them. You got to unhitch your wagon to them. You do. And they going to say you acting funny. They going to say it. They going to say you acting funny with them. They going to say you looking down on them. They going to say you disloyal to them. You going to be the villain in their story. You are going to be the villain. When they tell other people why y'all don't talk no more, you the villain. When they start telling the story about when y'all stop hanging together like that and calling each other like that and this and that and the third, and it was a distance that was being created, you gonna be the villain in that story. I guarantee you that 100%. And you gonna have to be all right. You gonna have to make peace with being the villain in their story. You did them wrong. You wronged them. You moving forward and you didn't take them with you. You did them wrong. That's gonna be their story. And it ain't gonna be nothing you can do to change that. There will be no amount of explaining it. There'll be no amount of reasoning it out, trying to get them to see where you was coming from. No, they will not hear it. They will not hear it. They're not gonna hear it. And you're going to have to make peace. If you want to move forward in your life, in every area of improvement that you're trying to improve, in every place that you're trying to improve, it don't matter which spot you trying to improve in. It could be your education. It could be your profession. You could be trying to get more wealth. You could be trying to straighten your family. You could be trying to get your health together. You could be trying to get closer to God. You could be trying to change your appearance. You could be trying to do any one of these that you try to improve upon. Somebody gonna have a problem with that. Somebody gonna have a problem with that, with you and with that. And you gonna have to make peace that they got a problem with it. You're gonna have to make peace. You're gonna have to ask God to guide you and help you to not, hurt people and things of that nature. You don't want to do nobody wrong. But bettering yourself is not doing other people wrong. If your self-improvement is not predicated on stepping on people in order to get ahead, and it's just predicated on you and God and what you got to do, you're not doing nobody wrong. Them not being able to come with you is their problem. That's not your problem. It's best to drop that survivor's guilt. Drop that. It's hard. I know it's hard. I've been through it myself several times. It is difficult to forget it because you don't forget about the people, right? You don't forget about them. A lot of times, like I said, you still love them. You care for them. You don't want to see them down bad. You want to uplift them. You want to bring them with you. You want to give them what you have. But Clarissa Shields said something very true a few months ago, as she was talking about how she financially help her family, and she get them this and she get them that, and she buy them this and she buy them that. And she said they never satisfied. And then she said, the one thing that I realize is they don't want what I give them. They want to have what I have. That is the crux of the matter. They don't want what you give them. They're not satisfied with that. They want what you have. Ain't no amount of help that you can give to certain people. There is no amount of help. You can't help them because they resent you for that. They resent you for that. You would think that they will be grateful, but they're not grateful. They can't stand you because they ain't got over the fact that you left them behind anyway. to go and do what it is that whatever it is that you went to do in order to improve yourself. So if y'all was 3 fat friends and 2 friends stopped being fat, the fat one mad. You could have stopped being fat. We tried to get you to stop. We tried to tell you what we were doing in order to unbig our back. You didn't want to do it. You made a lot of excuses and you talked about a lot. I mean, okay. But don't be getting mad at me because I hit the gym and I stopped eating all them Big Deborahs all the time. You know, you got to do you some push-aways and some pushbacks. Get your back smaller. At least get it to medium. And if I ask God to help me with any aspect of my life to improve myself, because I know that I'm stuck over here and I'm not doing so well in this regard, I'm not doing so well in that regard, you know what I'm saying? And you start reflecting to see what is it that I'm doing differently that's got me kind of like in a situation or what have you. If I'm asking Allah for that, I'm not going to let X, Y, and Z person stop me from getting that just because I feel bad. Thank you, TS, for becoming a new member. I appreciate you.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
And thank you so much. Wayne said, a girl who cried wolf, the damsel in distress was a false flag. The villain is exposed. Exactly. And thank you, Georgia Gal said, Crimson, I'm 22, committed to waiting for marriage and eager to be a wife and mother. Without a degree and living paycheck to paycheck, should I start courtship despite financial struggles? You can start courtship. However, I would do my best to secure some type of finances, because I preach this all the time, especially for young women. You have to know how the world works, and you have to have some appreciation for the earning of a dollar. Because even though men are not hung up on what kind of money you make and don't make, they also want a capable woman. So he wants a woman that understands and can appreciate how his dollar is made as well. Because once you appreciate how money is made, you have a tendency to be more careful about spending it, because you know what it takes to earn it. And it's not easy, especially in this economy. People who don't work and have never worked and have never had to pay a bill, never had to get a paycheck and figure it out, they have less understanding and empathy for men who have to take care of them. They'll just spend money and be like, well, just, you supposed to have it. No, So even if you get into a situation where the man say, I'm a 100% pay for everything, that's wonderful, mashallah. But you also need the understanding. The degree is neither here nor there. You ain't got to go get a degree. Especially a lot of times these degrees don't translate into money. So a trade is more feasible than a degree, something that you can actually translate immediately. Okay, I got this certification, now I can go do this work for this amount of money. That's more feasible. It's more of a straight line. right? So I tell young ladies that they need an understanding of how working works, paychecks, paying something, having to figure out something. You don't want to be that level of green. Men like to see thinking men, thinking women. They like women who have intelligence and who can give them some insight and things of that nature that help yourself, and it also helps them. I hope that helped you. Thank you, Miss Chloe. Say, once you unhitch, you have to have the discipline to keep them at arm's length because they're gonna try to reel you back in. One of the most difficult decisions I made was distancing myself from 2 friends. That's exactly right. And thank you so much, sweetheart. That's exactly right. You gotta make sure you're not reeled back into the foolishness. Thank you so much, L2 said. We really appreciate your mindset, Miss Crimson. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all even being here and listening to me ramble. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get on up out of here. I want to thank you again, Miss Georgia Gale said I won't earn my cybersecurity to degree until 2027. So I feel so alone. My biggest concern is being looked at as a financial burden. If here's the thing, first of all, Miss Georgia, you got to talk to men in the real world, not just on the internet, right? Men who are interested in courting young women for marriage are taking into account several different things. You're young. Okay, that's number one. So you're not a 37-year-old woman with $100,000 worth of student debt and credit card debt, and your degree never did translate to nothing. That's a different animal. Now you're a financial burden because you come in with too much debt that they would have to help you with. Okay. This is why I am speaking the way that I'm speaking about it, because a trade and things of that nature have a more direct line from what you learned to how much money you can earn. Right? So if I learned electrician as a trade, then I can directly translate that into an apprenticeship. This is how much I can make. This is how much. And if I get a different certification in that field, I can make more money. It's direct. It's more direct than a 4-year degree that may or may not mean anything by the time you graduate with it. Hopefully that helped you once again. And I agree. Consultation, perhaps. If you need more, then you definitely can. Here's how you book a consultation. You go to crimsoncure.com and this is the first thing that hits you is booking a session. Once you hit book a session, it takes you to this page as well, where you can get either 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on how much you think you need to speak about. And that is how you get a consultation, more in depth, basically a coaching session, and we can go through every detail. Right here is just a little bit. So hopefully it was able to help you. Also, that same page, you can go and get Reclaiming the Black Feminine, which is always on sale. All you got to do is hit the PayPal Buy Now button. Very simple, easy process. And you'll be able to get your book in a timely fashion, all right? So once again, hopefully that helped everybody. Thank you guys for chilling with me. Thank you for the contributions. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.